Hello everyone. So we are just going to wait for a couple of minutes and then we will begin the session.
कई ग्रुप बनवा रखे हैं
Hi Pratiksha, I think we are all set and we can start the session.
Okay, thank you, Ashwini. Okay, hello, welcome you all. So today's session, as you all know, is on constitution, rights and duties. So we have with us a very special organization. We have been connected for years now. And let me all introduce you to Blue Ribbon Movement. It is a youth-led movement. They mainly work on civic issues, and they are based in Mumbai. Today we have with us Pankti, who's the convener of the movement, and we have Akash Upase, who's the co-lead of the Community Connect project at BRM. So welcome, guys.
Thank you so much, Pratiksha and Praja, for the opportunity. Looking forward to interact and co-learn with everyone.
Yes, so participants, as I had mentioned in the WhatsApp group as well, that today's session is going to be more interactive, and we really would like you all to, be as participative and as vocal about whatever views you have, on the activities that we would be, Akash and Pankti would be conducting. So all the best, Akash and Pankti, and I think we can begin now.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Pratiksha. Cool. Welcome everyone, Akash and me from BRM. Really looking forward to the workshop. It'll be very interactive. I think one thing that I wanted to ask or request to all of you is कि जितना आप interactive हो पाओगे workshop के अंदर, उतना ही आपको मजा आएगा और हम लोग आपको और ज़्यादा share कर पाएंगे. So I think that's one thing. And it'll be fun. It'll be really fun. हम लोग उसमें कुछ भी ऐसा lecture या इतना one way नहीं रखने वाले content. So it'll be fun for all of you. Before we start, I just wanted to request everyone if you all can rename yourselves with your name and which city you're coming from right now. Let's just take a minute to rename ourselves. Yeah.
If you have any difficulties, so let us know. It's basically you can just go into the participant list and rename yourself there. इससे हमें ये भी समझेगा कि कौन से शहर अलग अलग जगह से लोग हैं, बिकॉज प्रजातंत्र एज एन इवेंट इज nationwide, so it will also help us to get a sense of where people are from. Once you are done, maybe you can do a reaction as well. You can use a lot of reactions that are there in Zoom. तो आपका एक बार हो जाएगा तो आप thumbs up या कोई और reactions भी use कर सकते हो, so that we also know that we can go ahead.
I can see some people have done it. Inviting Naman, Sangeeta, Hemant, Emily. Yeah, if you all can also just add your cities, Mahesh. There are two Mahesh Bhaskar and Mahesh. Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's move ahead. आप लोग in the meanwhile also कर सकते हो change अपना नाम. I can just rename yourself with your name and the city you're coming from right now. Let's move ahead. So BRM में जब भी हम लोग कोई सेशन शुरू करते हैं, so what we do is, because हम लोग सब अलग अलग जगह से आ रहे हैं, अलग अलग काम से आ रहे हैं, so just taking 1 minute of pause, connecting हम आज यहाँ पर क्यों हैं, ये जो हमारा next 2 hours है, हम उस जो करने वाले उससे connect करना और फिर सेशन शुरू करते हैं. हम एक बार सभी को साथ में सुन भी लेंगे. So inviting you all to just do a minute of silence. You can close your eyes or you can keep your eyes open. Yeah, you all can come back. And I want to we can start with just checking in. जहाँ पे questions are, एक तो आप एक one how are you feeling, and second your favorite food from your city. तो आप कैसा महसूस कर रहे हो अभी, और आपका favorite food क्या है, आपका क्या favorite खाना है जहाँ पे आप रहते हो, वहाँ पे जो favorite dish क्या है खाने के लिए. Anybody can share or tag the next person. Yeah, I think voice में if you can share quickly.
और एक और चीज, जब आप शेयर कर रहे हो तब अगर आप अपना चेहरा भी दिखा सकते हो, so that everyone can also see you. Whoever is comfortable can do that. And keep it short, and the idea is to kind of सब लोगों को opportunity मिले. तो थोड़ा जल्दी भी आप कर सकते हो. तो हाँ, मुस्कान आप शुरुआत कर सकते हो.
Hello everyone. I hope I'm audible and visible.
Yeah, Muskan.
Although the dish is not native to Delhi, it's chicken momos that I like here. Because I haven't eaten authentic momos from like Northeast or Nepal. But yeah, so I like chicken momos here in Delhi.
You can quickly tag the next person.
I can tag the next person.
मतलब आप उन अगले पर्सन का नाम ले सकते हैं जिनको आप
पार्टिसिपेंट लिस्ट में से किसी को भी आप
Okay.
बोल सकते हैं.
Adya from Delhi.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Muskan. So I'm feeling, I think, a little too tired and hungry, I think. And my favorite food in Delhi would be, I think, chole kulche. For any hostler or any young person living in Delhi, I think chole kulche serves as the go-to meal. So that would be it, yeah. And with regards to the next person, I think Drishti Banerjee from Kolkata.
and others can also write in the chat box.
Yes. And if tagging में अगर नहीं बोल रहे, so you all can also self nominate yourself and then share. अगर किसी को share करना है, hand raise करके या just unmuting yourself. So few voices will be nice to hear. नहीं तो it will be like black rectangles that we are talking with. तो थोड़े जन share भी कर ले. It's a good opportunity to also speak.
मैं भी कर सकती हूँ. आई एम रियली फीलिंग वेरी एक्साइटेड और मेरे लिए मुंबई में फेवरेट फूड इज पाव भाजी. आई विल इनवाइट निश्चल सिंह.
Yes, ma'am. Nishchal Singh here from Lucknow, and I am also not a fan of much of Lucknow cuisine, but I'm a fan of my sister's Mexican taco. She just makes it very well. Yes. I would like to tag Ganesh Fulsundar.
Okay, I'm not sure if he's there. Anyone else who wants to share
Yeah.
on voice?
Mihir Singh, yes.
Sangeeta
Yeah.
has hand.
Sangeeta,
Hi there.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
Mihir and then Sangeeta. ठीक है.
yeah, I'm Mirsi Waghela and I'm from Mumbai. And as you can see about Mumbai, I like vada pav.
संगीता,
वीडियो ऑन करना कंपल्सरी है?
आप करोगे तो अच्छा होगा, but no force as such.
Yeah, no issues, Sangeeta. You can go.
मुंबई से हूँ और मैं प्रजा में काम करती हूँ. तो बेसिकली आज मेरी जो फीलिंग है वो मैं नॉट वेल हूँ, मुझे नहीं ठीक लग रहा है और मेरा सबसे फेवरेट फूड है मुंबई का पानी पूरी. थैंक यू.
Nice, thank you. Others, if you all can also share, we'll just try to speed it up a bit. नहीं तो पूरा सेशन इसी में चले जाएगा. तो others, if you all can share it on your chat box as well. तो आप वहां पर भी शेयर कर सकते हैं ना. बाकी लोग भी प्लीज पढ़े what others are also writing and sharing. A lot of people are not feeling well. अलग अलग खाने की चीजें भी आ रही है. We'll wait for a minute or two, and in the meantime, अगर किसी को voice पे करना है वो भी कर ले. So anyone on voice if they want to share, and then we'll move ahead.
छोले भटूरे छोले कुलचे सुन के ऑलरेडी मेरे मुंह में पानी आ रहा है. It will be really good to hear all of you once because इसके बाद तो हम लोग शेयर करने वाले ना बहुत चीजें. तो फिर अगर आप अभी इंटरेक्ट नहीं करोगे तो फिर कैसे चलेगा? सेशन लेने में मजा ही नहीं आएगा ना आप लोग को ना हमें. ये तो 2 घंटा वेस्ट हो जाएगा सबका फिर यहाँ पे. It will be really good to hear you all, or if you can on your cameras for some time. Maybe 10 मिनट करके फिर बंद कर लेना थोड़ी देर के बाद.
Whoever I'm glad that Mihir has its camera on. He is one person.
At least one person I can see somebody.
What about Yehil,
Thank you, Kundan.
Soraya?
Thank
What are you guys feeling today?
I'm Yehel, so I'm from Hyderabad. I am feeling exhausted, honestly.
Oh.
And my favorite food in Hyderabad, again, it's probably not like Hyderabadi food, but there's chutneys, it's like a big thing in Hyderabad. It's like a whole restaurant chain, and their dosa is just so good.
Thank you,
Nice.
Yehil, for sharing.
ठीक है. I think बाकी सब लोग शेयर कर सकते हैं चैट में whenever you feel comfortable. हम आगे बढ़ते हैं because तो फिर टाइम नहीं होगा हमारे पास.
Yes.
So let's move ahead. Akash, next minute. Yeah, over to you, Akash.
ठीक है. So basically जैसे आपको पता है आज just wanted to take a quick sense check. Hindi English both is fine या any particular one language? Pratiksha,
Yeah,
what is
you
the
can use
preference?
both. Actually, use both Hindi and English. Keep it.
Okay, so people are comfortable with Hindi as well,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool, great. So as we know today, we are going to explore what is our role as a citizen with the constitution and the rights and duties. जो हम लोग बहुत सुनते हैं, हमने में भी बचपन से देखा भी होगा हमारे education system में and in our schooling, but maybe we have not explored it much. And in your Prajatantra journey as well, there have been various knowledge sessions that have happened. So the intention of today's session is one is to see हम लोग जब active citizenship and citizenship की बात करते हैं, what do we actually mean by that, and then also reflect on in our own lives how that play, right? So there will be a mix of both. The invitation is that आप कुछ और कर रहे हो for the next 1 hour 90 minutes to keep that aside and just be here present. It's fine if cameras is a difficulty, but otherwise अगर क्योंकि हमें बहुत आदत हो गई है with Zoom calls parallel things करने की, तो if you can avoid doing that, it will just help you to be more participative and kind of extract more learning from the session. ठीक है? With that being said, हम लोग आज जैसे आप देख पा रहे हो कि citizens play an important role, right? So we have in your own journey as well and through while doing Prajatantra, one important aspect you may have realized is in the active citizenship, in the citizenship domain, or when we talk about civic, there are different stakeholders. In that, citizens do play an important role. है ना? Citizens, since they are the majority of the stakeholder participation, या percentage wise भी देख लो, या identity, everyone does hold an identity of citizen at the end of the day, be it a politician, be it a common man, be it anyone working in bureaucracy. And they are the ones who also kind of shape up चीजें जैसे आगे बढ़ती है and kind of also give a direction to how they want things to show up in the society. तो वो हमें पता है, right? So, but वो पता है, उसका next question फिर मेरे लिए ये है कि हमें citizens को जो power मिलती है या citizens को जो define करते हैं कि what does a citizen of India mean? Where do we get that from? So now there will be questions, prompts that I'll be sharing. If you all are comfortable, would be great to do it in voice, or else आप chat में भी लिख सकते हो. So Zoom पे chat option है, आप उस पे आपके responses दे सकते हो, ठीक है? Is everyone good with that? A thumbs up maybe will work. If everyone is good with that, if you can just give a thumbs up. I can see Amit and some other people giving thumbs up. ठीक है? कुंदन ने भी दिया है and Adhya as well. Cool. So coming back, where do you think or where does a citizen gets its power from and where is it defined in our country? में अगर हम देखेंगे किसमें वो defined है? हाँ
Amit,
कुमार.
the preamble.
Right. Okay. Preamble. Anyone else?
सर भारत का संविधान कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया, उसमें जो पार्ट
Right.
सेकंड है 5 से लेकर 12 तक आर्टिकल वो सिटीजनशिप डिफाइन करता है. उसके बाद फंडामेंटल राइट है, फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज है. तो बेसिक पावर हमको वहीं से मिलता है.
Correct. So
बाकी बहुत सारे एक्ट है, आरटीआई वगैरह और बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, पर बेसिक पावर हमको कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन देता है.
right. So you all are absolutely right. I think काफी लोगों ने बहुत जल्दी जवाब दे दिया. Constitution is the document, is the book, is the place where it's defined. हमें जहाँ से पावर मिलती है, citizens क्या होता है, उनके duties क्या हो सकते हैं, उनके rights क्या हो सकते हैं, so on, right? If some of these things are not followed, what are the things to go about, what are the values of it? So a lot of what we derive from as a citizen is from our constitution. So going ahead, फिर वो कौन सा एक guiding document आप बोल सकते हो which is like the guiding for a constitution? Constitution तो बहुत बड़ी किताब है, but what is that one pager, one guiding document which defines and which kind of guides the constitution? Yes, Muskan?
Yeah, in the beginning only I said it's the preamble.
Sorry, it's the preamble, right? So preamble is that one document जो आप बोल सकते हो, जिसको आप प्रिफर कर सकते हो, एंड इट प्लेज अ गाइडिंग रोल फॉर व्हाट इज इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, द वैल्यूज दैट इट स्टैंड्स फॉर, जो हम आज बात कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, तो आज हम लोग थोड़ा प्रियम्बल को समझने की भी कोशिश करेंगे, और फिर उससे हमारे सिटीजन एज अ रोल जो हम लोग सब आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं अपने आप को, और हम जो रोल प्ले करते हैं उसमें वो कैसे प्ले होता है, एंड हाउ डज इट गो अबाउट, दैट वी विल आल्सो सी। ठीक है, सो now we will kind of go to the values of what the preamble is, and I'll invite Pankti to go through that.
Yeah, I think from here inviting all of you, तो जो हमारा you said preamble is the document, जो guiding document है, what are some of the values, और जो उसमें जो preamble में जो चीजें लिखी हुई हैं, what are those some of those things? If you all can annotate, so I think inviting you all to annotate on the screen. जो आपने view options में जाओगे ऊपर, तो उसमें आप annotate करके एक ऑप्शन आएगा, you can choose that option. वहां पे टेक्स्ट को लेके आप यहाँ पे लिख सकते हो. So you can write what are the values that are given in the preamble. You can use the text option.
तो आपको वैल्यूज इधर लिखने हैं, ठीक है? आपने प्रियम्बल पढ़ा होगा, एक पेजर सब किताबों के स्टार्टिंग में होती है वो चीज. सो व्हाट आर दोज वैल्यूज दैट वी हैव सीन? ब्लैंक स्लाइड पे आप टाइप कर सकते हो. इफ यू ऑल आर नॉट एबल टू टाइप, प्लीज मेंशन इट इन द चैट बॉक्स, वी विल राइट इट. ठीक है,
just taking 3-4 minutes. I think some people have started writing. You all can
So
also
that-
write.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying that you can also write not just the values but other words that are present in the preamble document. All those words also, they are more like the important words of the document that holds like important meaning. Yeah, some people are also sharing in the chat box.
I'll just write it from the chat box, but उसके अलावा किसी को और कुछ आ रहा है तो प्लीज write it on the screen. ठीक है, so there is liberty, unity. जो आए हैं उसके अलावा if you all can write, ठीक है, we'll try to see कि हमें सब वैल्यूज जो लिखे हुए हैं वो याद है कि नहीं. So there have been justice, liberty, fraternity, unity, we the people of India, वो सब आ गया. उसके अलावा I'm just copying it from the chat as well. Okay, और प्लीज गूगल नहीं करना है, तुम्हें जो अभी पता है आ रहा है वो लिखना है. ठीक है, गूगल नहीं करना है ये चीज को. ये जिसने भी लिखा है पूरे स्क्रीन को भर दिया है, प्लीज इसको आप डिलीट करके इफ यू कैन रीराइट इट, दैट विल हेल्प. ओके, एनीवन एल्स? और कौन सी चीजें हैं जो नहीं लिखी है? सोचो थोड़े, कौन सी और चीजें हैं जो नहीं आई है? There are still some of these things which have not come. और शब्द बचे हैं, वैल्यूज बचे हैं जो इधर नहीं है अभी तक. Which are those? Okay, there is trust, unity.
It's a very important word that's like not here right now.
Okay, there is dignity as well. ठीक है.
I think mostly covered now.
Sovereignty. अच्छा. Anything else? आप एक बार अभी you all can maybe pause and see if all the values of the preamble are covered on the screen that you are seeing. Do you think all of them are covered? अगर लग रहा है तो एक thumbs up दे दो. अगर लग रहा है तो एक thumbs up दे दो on if you feel all the values are covered. Okay, secular हो गया है कुंदन. Secularism लिख दिया है. If you think all the values are covered, then give a thumbs up. किसी का थम्स अप नहीं आया, मतलब अभी तक तुम सोच रहे हो। ओके, इक्वालिटी, अभी तक नए नए वैल्यूज आ रहे हैं। ओके, anything else? Anyone thinks that it's not covered? या अगर लग भी रहा है तो कर दो ना thumbs up, it's okay. We can also check. इसके बाद हम देखेंगे कौन से वैल्यूज कवर हुए, कौन से नहीं हुए हैं। ठीक है, sovereignty is also done. Yes, they have mentioned. Okay, sovereignty may not have come
Yeah.
on the screen, but it's there on the chat. I'll just copy it. ठीक है, I can give you a hint. There is one value that's not still here. Okay, that's also here now.
Yeah. Okay.
ठीक है, तो हम
ठीक है।
इसका स्क्रीनशॉट ले लेंगे ताकि आपके साथ बाद में भी शेयर कर पाए। If you want to see as a group, how did you all go about it? Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Let's move ahead. Gosh, next slide. We'll have to clean it.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the preamble. I would want I want somebody to volunteer and read this together. We all will read it together and take the oath and like just read it again because हम नहीं read करते हर बार हर दिन. So reading it together and just thinking it with the preamble. Safia?
Yes, Safia, you can go ahead.
How you can do is you can read one line and actually read full of it thoda slowly. All of us can then like repeat it in our heads.
साफिया, आप अपने आप को अनम्यूट करके शेयर रीड आउट कर सकते हो प्रीएम्बल। Since you have seen your hand raised. Okay, maybe Nasreen.
Yes, मैं read करती हूँ.
Yeah.
We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign democratic republic and to secure to all its citizens justice, social, economic and political liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among them all fraternity, assuring the dignity of the individual and the unity of the nation in our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1949, do hereby adopt, enact, and give to ourselves this Constitution.
Thank you, Nasreen. I think
Very nicely read.
Yeah. One thing was we've इसमें एक दो चीज एडेड नहीं थी, तो सोशलिस्ट एंड सेक्युलर पार्ट जो बाद में ऐड हुआ है प्रीएम्बल में, दैट इज नॉट रिटन हियर, बट दैट इज आल्सो पार्ट जहाँ पे वो आता है ना कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूट इंडिया इनटू अ सोवरेन सोशलिस्ट एंड secular democratic republic. That's one thing is not written here right now. Wanted to check if any reflection or anything that is popping up for you from this preamble. Quickly, if one or two sharings. Any highlight that you want to share about preamble that जो आपको लग रहा है right now?
आप चैट में भी लिख सकते हो अगर कुछ आ रहा है तो, ठीक है?
Cool. I think one thing that we wanted to share with you was is जब आप इस डॉक्यूमेंट इस preamble को देखोगे, एक चीज इसके अंदर है that it's a one statement. ये पूरा एक लाइन है. There is no full stop in between. It's like it's one thing. And also emphasizing on we the people, because जो preamble लिखा है वो हम जो constitution पूरा है वो हमने अपने आप को दिया है, हमारे लिए ही है वो. So it's for the people by the people. And that's why it's written we the people of India. This is how it starts, and also give it to ourselves this constitution. तो हम अपने आप को दे रहे हैं end of the day. So it's for us and by us. जो preamble है पूरा ये 3 parts में divided है. If you see, it has 3 resolutions. The one where it says, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, जहाँ पे हम ये बोल रहे हैं कि जो हमारा स्टेट है, जो हमारा गवर्नमेंट स्ट्रक्चर है, उस स्टेट को हम इन 5 वैल्यूज में देखेंगे. वो सोवरेन होगा, वो डेमोक्रेटिक होगा, सोशलिस्ट होगा, सेक्युलर होगा, रिपब्लिक होगा. That's one part. Then the second one is to secure to all its citizens. The second resolution is हम अपने citizens और सबके लिए है justice, liberty and equality. The values of justice, liberty and equality. And then the third one it says is and to promote among them all fraternity. The third resolution says कि हम and बाकी सब में हम promote करेंगे the value of fraternity. जो हम brotherhood, sisterhood, भाईचारा की जो बात करते हैं वो हम promote करेंगे हर individual के अंदर. That's how it is divided into 3 parts, 3 resolutions. They are called 3 resolutions. And the fourth part जहाँ पे वो बोल रहे हैं कि हमने ये जो पूरा preamble है इसको हमने adopt enact किया है in November 1949. So that's how it's structured that way. Yeah. Akash, you want to add something?
Yeah, पहले तो एक क्वेश्चन आ रहा था और आई वुड लाइक एटलीस्ट एक जन को नहीं तो वील कॉल आउट कि आपको क्यों लगता हो कि ये इम्पोर्टेंट है कुंदन. हाँ, सो माय क्वेश्चन वाज व्हाई डू यू थिंक इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर अस एज सिटीजंस टू नो अबाउट द प्रीएम्बल एंड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. ये हम बातचीत क्यों करना चाहिए हमें.
So I would like to answer. So first of all, because I think it reflects the philosophy of our constitution, the underlying philosophy. First is this. Second is suppose when the constitution framers drafted the constitution, we cannot what we can say we cannot have a glimpse of their thought. But if we read the preamble, we can we can get a gist of those values, which is the thought while drafting a constitution in their mind. And third, I think even today, in case there is some ambiguity in judicial pronouncement or anything like right to privacy judgment, which is unachievable without dignity. So this is the relevance as per me.
Right.
Thank you.
So it also acts, जैसे कुंदन ने भी बताया, it acts as a guiding reference book जब भी ambiguity होगी, just to also understand and see our definitions and so on. And as also Nasreen has shared in the chat, it talks about our rights and duties. So we need to know our preamble when we talk about them. Amit, आपको शेयर करना है.
सर मेरे हिसाब से जो अगर हम लोग जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पढ़ते हैं संविधान भारत का, तो उसमें कुछ बातें बहुत स्पष्ट रूप से लिखी गई है कि जैसे आर्टिकल 32 में ये मेंशन है कि अगर हमारे फंडामेंटल राइट का वायलेशन होगा सो वी कैन अप्रोच टू द सुप्रीम कोर्ट. आर्टिकल 226 में ये मेंशन है कि वी कैन अप्रोच टू द हाई कोर्ट. और हाई कोर्ट और सुप्रीम कोर्ट के पास भी बहुत सारे सुओ मोटो से लेकर के बहुत सारे पावर्स है, वो नोटिस दे सकती है, इवन दे कैन टेक द एक्शन एज वेल. तो प्रीएम्बल बेसिकली केवल समरी या फिलॉसफी नहीं है. प्रीएम्बल बेसिकली हमको सिटीजन को ऐसा अवेयर करता है कि हमारे राइट्स क्या है, हमारे ड्यूटीज क्या है, और कब अगर हमारे साथ कभी डिस्क्रिमिनेशन होगा तो उस डिस्क्रिमिनेशन के खिलाफ हम आवाज कैसे उठाएंगे. तो मुझे लगता है ये सारी चीजों को बहुत समझाता है अच्छे से.
करेक्ट. थैंक यू अमित. आई थिंक आपने काफी संक्षेप में जो प्रीएम्बल है उसका सिग्निफिकेंस शेयर किया. सो थैंक्स फॉर दैट. I did see someone else's hand raised, so I just also want to give an opportunity जिन लोगों ने शेयर नहीं किया है. I'm not sure who was that, but if you want to
It
just
was
unmute
Pooja, I
yourself.
think. It was
Okay.
Pooja.
So Pooja,
If-
आपको unmute करके शेयर करना है. If there is anything you want to share. Maybe in the meantime, Nasreen, I do see your hand raised, so if you want to go ahead.
मुझे लगता है कि प्रियम्बल एक हमारे लिए एक पॉजिटिव और बहुत ही पावरफुल चीज है. चाहे हम अपने स्टेट की बात करें, कंट्री की बात करें, या इस कंट्री में रहने वाले कोई भी डाइवर्सिटी की जब हम बात करते हैं, तभी भी ये हम सभी के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि प्रियम्बल को हम जाने और समझ सके. क्योंकि एक्टिव सिटीजन की जब हम बात करते हैं तो वो एक्टिवनेस और जो पावर देता है कि हम किस बेस पर लोगों से बात करेंगे, फिर चाहे वो गवर्नमेंट हो चाहे वो स्टेट के लोग हो, तो ये एक पावर हमें मिलता है प्रियम्बल से कि हम अपनी बातों को रख सकेंगे और किस तरीके से अपने डिमांड या अपने नीड्स को पूरी करना है, उसके लिए बहुत ज्यादा ये हेल्पफुल है.
Right. So as all of you all said, so it's also important कि citizens, एक तो है कि हमें कहाँ से आ रहा है और फिर हमारे rights duties क्या है, और जब violation होगा तो कहाँ से वो आप जा सकते हो, किसको रेफर कर सकते हो, किसकी हेल्प भी ले सकते हो टू काइंड ऑफ फाइट फॉर योर राइट्स एज वेल एज योर ड्यूटीज, राइट? सो इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट. आई होप आप इसको और गहरे से पढ़े. देर आर सम रिसोर्स मटेरियल्स दैट वी विल शेयर एट द एंड. देर आर गुड वीडियोज, गुड रीडिंग्स दैट आर अवेलेबल. संविधान करके यूट्यूब पे एक सीरीज भी है जो काफी पुरानी है बट काफी अच्छी है. It's a 10 or a 12 part series. If you want to understand its formation, how was it created, it's a good YouTube पे resource material है. आप उसको भी refer कर सकते हैं if you are more interested in it. So yeah, so we'll move ahead from here.
Yeah. Moving ahead, just also wanted to share some of the facts that have जब constitution बन रहा था उसके जो facts, उसमें तो कुछ facts क्या थे. I think उससे पहले मुझे एक और चीज शेयर करनी थी. Somebody told me once कि वो जो माहौल होगा या वो जो सिनेरियो होगा जब ये सब चल रहा था, जब डिजाइन कर जो कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन असेंबली थी वो जब डिजाइन कर दी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, इट वाज द टाइम व्हेन पार्टीशन वाज हैपनिंग एंड हमारे यहाँ पे ऑलरेडी आजादी की लड़ाई चल रही थी. सो इतने फाइट्स में इतना कुछ होने, इतने कुछ के मिड में दे ऑल ड्रीम फॉर अ इंडिया दैट वाज लाइक एन आइडियल इंडिया. लाइक इतना अच्छे उसकी ड्रीम की उन्हें, तो वो माहौल ही कैसा होगा उनके लिए. लाइक इट्स अ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट जहाँ पे आप इतना देख रहे हो, दुख देख रहे हो, उस टाइम पे इतने अच्छे इंडिया की ड्रीम करना इज लाइक अनदर थिंग. सो इट गिव्स मी गूज़बम्प्स व्हेन आई थिंक अबाउट कि वो उस टाइम पे ये कर रहे थे. सो यस, आई थिंक from there, Constituent Assembly first met on 9 December 1946. It took them 2 years and 11 months, 18 days to come up with the final draft. Like long time actually देखा जाए तो. And there were 389 members. जहाँ पे after partition, some members went to Pakistan and then it was 299 members, and 15 were women from them. And उस समय में 15 women होना also was a big deal. So it is a big deal to have 15 women there.
And also एक चीज ऐड करनी थी कि जब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बना था, they made sure that as much as diversity is possible at that time, they were able to integrate that in the creation process of it. So that's also important to understand now when we are talking about rights, duties, laws, बाकी सब जो बात अभी हम लोग करते हैं as the citizen of current India. Also to keep in mind or like keep in thought about the diversity that from which the India or the country was there, and how do we kind of enable it and make sure that we are able to do that as well. ठीक है, तो वो सब चीजों को भी ध्यान रखना है और इम्पोर्टेंट है जब हम ये चीजें समझ रहे हैं कि पास्ट में कैसे हुआ है, and how do we kind of make sure to take it along in the current times.
Yeah. Finally, we signed off the document on 24th January 1950, and then 26th January ko we enacted it. Adopt. Like it was Republic Days when the Constitution was finally like adopted and started with in India. And as of January 2019, there have been 103 amendments to the Constitution of India since it was first enacted in 1950. So it's been उसमें, so we also say कि Constitution जो है वो living document है, it's not a stagnant document. And it's said because हम उसमें changes कर सकते हैं. It's not कि वो दे दिया है हमें वही का वही use करना है. We can make changes in our document, and hence it's important for us to know first so that we can make changes and we can ask for our changes. Yeah, from I think why we are saying this also is that connecting to the history of Constitution कहाँ से आ रहा है will also make us all aware or make us all more connected to the document. क्योंकि हम, मुझे नहीं पता था एक कुछ सालों पहले मुझे Constitution का document है इतना और मैं उसको पढ़ सकती हूँ, was also not known to me. So वो पता होना कि ये document है is also a big deal. And normally it's said कि वो जो लोगों को problem आ रही है state में या फिर जिन लोगों को law पढ़ना है, हम normally तो नहीं पढ़ते, but it was made for every citizen of India. And it is a happy document, not a sad document कि कभी problem आई तो पढ़ लो उसको types. So yeah, I also wanted to highlight that. Akash.
ठीक है, anything anyone wants to share before we move ahead about Constitution preamble? I've heard but just last voices. अगर आपको और कुछ alive है ये सुनने के बाद तो आप chat box में लिख सकते हो so that others can also hear them. कुंदन आप chat में लिखोगे तो helpful होगा ताकि हम आगे भी बढ़ पाए. But please do share it in the chat. Cool. So now what we are gonna do is हम लोगों ने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन और प्रियम्बल देखा, बट जैसे बहुत लोगों ने राइट्स और ड्यूटीज के बारे में बात की थी, तो हम लोग और मेंशन किया था, तो वी विल काइंड ऑफ फोकस एंड go ahead with that. And again, Pankti, if you can make us go through with those fundamental rights and duties.
या सब कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन है और हम सब अभी कह रहे थे कि हमारे राइट्स एंड ड्यूटीज जो है वो हमें जोड़ते हैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से. एज सिटीजंस वेयर वी इंटरेक्ट विद द गवर्नमेंट इज वेयर द राइट्स एंड ड्यूटीज प्लीज कम इन. तो हमारे राइट्स जो हमें दिए गए हैं वहीं से हम लोग ये देखते हैं ना, मतलब वहीं से हम लोग इंटरेक्ट कर पाते हैं गवर्नमेंट के, कहाँ प्रॉब्लम्स आ रहे हैं, हम हमारे राइट्स नहीं फुलफिल हो रहे, तब जाके हम गवर्नमेंट को जाके बात करते हैं. Right now what we are going to do is, once the slide is there for all of us to just regain our memory of कौन से rights है अभी and कौन से duties है, and then we'll go into breakouts and reflect on some of the questions we'll give for all of you to reflect on, and that will just help you all to also, आप कहाँ पे हो करंट, जहाँ पे आप अभी हो वहाँ पे आप कितना राइट एंड ड्यूटीज फॉलो करते हो नहीं करते हो. एंड आई थिंक राइट्स तो फिर भी हमें पता होता है, ड्यूटीज वी डोंट रिमेम्बर, सो highlighting duties and reconnecting with our duties is the intent. Quickly giving a minute to just read all the rights that are written on there. Yeah, we have 6 fundamental rights. So these are the ones.
And once you are done, maybe a thumbs up कि आपने go through कर दिया, so that we know कि we can move to the next slide. I don't see a lot of people using reactions. At least that should be something which is more easy on the Zoom. अगर आप शेयर नहीं कर पाते हो तो रिएक्शंस, हमारा जनरेशन पूरा इमोजीज पे ही तो है, सो प्लीज डू यूज देम to just let us know. There are few that I am seeing. Others, Vanjala, are completing with the fundamental rights. So Swapnil, you have a question of why preamble is not enforceable in a court. Honestly, I'm not from the law angle. I don't have much knowledge about the technicalities of it. So maybe post session, we can talk offline, or I can connect you with people and lawyers who kind of work on this पूरे time, और उनको ज़्यादा knowledge होगा. But definitely, if you wish to connect, you can like let me know, and I'll get in touch, make you in connection with them. Okay.
Is it done?
Is
not-
everyone?
Yeah.
We have stopped seeing the thumbs up. सबका हो गया? जितने लोगों का हुआ वो फिर से thumbs up कर सकते हैं तो अच्छा होगा. Okay. Thank you Amit, and also for sharing जो आपने chat में लिखा है वो. ठीक है, I think you can move ahead, Pankti.
Yeah.
Cool. So these are the fundamental duties. तो हमने 6 हमारे rights देखे, but हमारे 11 fundamental duties है. So again we'll take a minute and go through them. It's also, एक बार जब आप इनको go through कर रहे हो, आप ये भी देखो कि ये ड्यूटी आपके डे टू डे लाइफ में कैसे हम इम्प्लीमेंट या कैसे प्ले आउट होती है, राइट? A lot of times these are not reflected on, क्योंकि these are just text, और हमें लगता है कि नहीं यार हमारे से तो कनेक्टेड है ही नहीं, हम तो इसमें से सब करते नहीं है या करते भी होंगे. So आप जब अभी पढ़ रहे हो, make sure that you are able to connect with your day to day activities. So नसरीन, आपको ये फंडामेंटल राइट्स एंड ड्यूटीज पढ़ने हैं जो आपको अभी स्क्रीन पे दिख रहे हैं. So we'll pause for a minute again for the duties, and आपका एक बार पढ़ के हो गया, so just give a thumbs up. आप reactions यूज कर सकते हो या फिर आप डन भी लिख सकते हो चैट में, whatever works for you.
इसमें से किसी का मतलब नहीं समझ आ रहा है, यू कैन आस्क राइट नाउ.
Okay, thank you Nasreen. Others? आपका भी हो गया होगा तो एक बार thumbs up कर देना. Okay, Mihir is also done. Amit is done. There are few people. Anushka is done. बाकी लोग थोड़ा आप भी अगर पार्टिसिपेट करोगे, सो इट विल हेल्प हेमंत, यश, ओके। एंड एज पंक्ति सेड, इसके बाद ब्रेकआउट रूम्स में यू विल बी काइंड ऑफ विल बी इन स्मॉलर ब्रेकआउट रूम्स। सो द आइडिया देयर इज दैट यू शेयर, ठीक है? तभी भी आप अगर maybe you're not comfortable sharing in larger groups, but please in the smaller groups with your colleagues, peers, do share on few of the questions that we will give you. That will also help you to hear everyone voices, share your opinions on them. नहीं तो फिर ये वन वे कम्युनिकेशन हो जाएगा, फिर आपके साइड का भी शेयरिंग नहीं कर पाओगे, ठीक है? We'll maybe wait for 30 seconds more. There are few more people who are doing it. Okay. Okay, I think a lot of them you all are done with it.
Yeah. We can move ahead, Akash. Next slide.
Okay.
Cool. So next what we are inviting you all to do is हम breakout room बनाने वाले हैं जहाँ पे there will be 3 to 4 people in one breakout room. There are some questions that I've written on the screen. How many of these rights and duties did you know? आपको अभी तक इससे पहले जब शेयर नहीं किया उससे पहले क्या क्या पता था? One duty that you have violated in your day to day life. तो एक ड्यूटी जो आपने वायलेट किया है उसको नहीं आपने लिव किया है, ऐसा कौन सा ड्यूटी है, ऐसे कौन से एक्शन आ रहे हैं आपको, आप वो शेयर कर सकते हो. एंड ऑन द स्केल ऑफ 1 to 10 हाउ मच विल यू रेट योरसेल्फ एज एन एक्टिव सिटीजन एंड व्हाई? तो आपको क्या लगता है कितना एक्टिवली एंगेज करते हो अपने सिटी के लिए, जो इश्यूज होते हैं अपने एरिया में आप कितना उनके साथ एंगेज करते हो, तो आप अपने को कितना रेट कर पाओगे 1 to 10 में, आपको वो भी शेयर करना है. These 3 are the questions. आप उसके अलावा भी शेयर कर सकते हो, but these are the more guiding questions to all of you.
Okay. Amit, आपको Amit, you have a question? आप म्यूट पे हो.
अमित आप म्यूट पे हो.
ठीक है. इन द मीन टाइम वेयर डू यू हैव टू शेयर?
सर मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ, आपको
सर
वॉइस पे शेयर करना है.
हाँ
हम
ठीक
आपको
सर.
ब्रेकआउट, हाँ सॉरी
सर मेरी आवाज आ रही है आपके पास?
जी
हाँ आ रही है.
हाँ सर, ये जो इसके बारे में थॉट प्रोसेस शेयर करना है ना अपना, ये फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज को लेकर के, तो सबसे पहली बात हमको ये जानना है कि
अमित अभी नहीं करना है शेयर आपको. हम आपको ब्रेकआउट रूम में डालने वाले हैं जहाँ पे और दो तीन पार्टिसिपेंट होंगे आपके साथ. उस रूम में जाके आपको शेयर करना है, यहाँ पे नहीं शेयर करना.
ठीक है, चलेगा.
Okay.
Akash and Pankti, I just was considering, can we do it here instead of breakout rooms? What do you think? Will it be okay, or?
We can do it here as well. It was just that everyone kind of get an opportunity in case they want. But if you think it will work here, then we can do it here. It's fine. So maybe Amit, share.
And also others who are not able to unmute because they're traveling or other reasons, so you can write it in the chat box. Like, we would really love to hear on this because to be honest, like, you are participating in a festival which is mainly focusing on how you would, make policies, or when you are put in a position of authority for citizens, right? So do you think from the citizens' point of view, when you are making a policy, that is also something that helps out when you answer these questions? So I would really encourage you all to answer. So yeah, we can start with Amit.
Also, एक लास्ट चीज, आपके जो शेयरिंग्स है उसको थोड़ा कंसाइज रखिए ताकि काफी लोगों को अपॉर्चुनिटी मिले. ठीक है? या गो अहेड अमित. अमित आप अनम्यूट कर सकते हो और फिर शेयर कर सकते हो.
ओके सर. हाँ सर, मेरी आवाज आ रही है सर. ये जो फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज है, ये जो सरदार स्वर्ण सिंह कमीशन बना था 1976 पे, उसके रिकमेंडेशन पे ये कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में ऐड किया गया. उस समय हमारी जो प्रधानमंत्री श्रीमती इंदिरा गांधी जी थी, अगर हम इसके 10 से 11 प्रावधानों को देखेंगे तो उसमें जैसे पहला प्रावधान या फर्स्ट प्रोविजन ये है कि हमको संवैधानिक संस्थाओं, राष्ट्रगान, राष्ट्रीय ध्वज, ये सब का रिस्पेक्ट करना है। फिर ऐसे ही कुछ हमको दिया गया है कि साइंटिफिक टेम्परामेंट को बढ़ावा देना है, फिर एनवायरमेंट को प्रोटेक्ट करना है, फिर
सो अमित, हम सब
हाँ।
ड्यूटीज के थ्रू नहीं जाएंगे। मे बी आप अगर एक ड्यूटी जो आपको लगता है आपने वायलेट की हो अपने डे टू डे लाइफ में, इफ देयर इज एनीथिंग आपके दिमाग में आ रही है, तो आप उसके बारे में मे बी अ स्मॉल इंसिडेंट सबके साथ शेयर कर सकते हैं।
सर ये जो मेरे हिसाब से हम लोग जो जनरली जो वायलेट करते हैं,
तुम्हारे
मैं मेरा
बारे में
एग्जांपल लूंगा तो
हाँ।
हाँ, जो मेरा एग्जांपल लूंगा तो सर वो एनवायरनमेंट को प्रोटेक्ट करना। वहाँ कहीं ना कहीं हम थोड़ा सा जो है केयरलेसनेस दिखाते हैं, उस वजह से शायद हमारा जो एनवायरनमेंट है वो पल्यूट होते जा रहा है। मुझे लगता है
जी।
हम लोग को उस तरफ ध्यान देना चाहिए। शायद मेरी तरफ से भी होता हो, सबकी तरफ से नहीं, पता नहीं, पर मैं मेरी तरफ से बोल सकता हूँ पॉल्यूशन।
थैंक यू। मोनिका, इफ यू कैन शेयर एंड मे बी जस्ट फोकस ऑन द सेकंड क्वेश्चन। अगर आपको एक चीज शेयर करनी हो तो वन ड्यूटी दैट यू थिंक यू मे हैव वायलेटेड इन योर डे टू डे लाइफ।
Yes. Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Sir, duties and rights I was aware of in the past 2 years. On the second question, I believe that recently watching the Samvidhan document, where the document actually came into being and they put the national anthem. So I could not stand there, and which I think the guilt preceded, and I was able to stand up in the last part. But yes, I violated it. I did not stand for it at my comfort zone. And on the scale of 1 to 10, I would rate myself as 4 as an active, 4 to 5 as an active citizen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing, Monica.
Adya.
Next, Adya, yes.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I saw this question, the first the point that came into my mind was that all these duties are very generalized and vague. Constitution is called the lawyer's paradise, but somehow these duties are not very specific. So therefore, it is, I think, hard for people to follow these and even to identify if they have violated them, right? So that was one insight that came to my mind. Other than that, I think something that I think at some level everyone has done is harm to the environment, right? Every time I opt for using private vehicle instead of public transport, I harm the environment. Or when I do not segregate waste in my home, I think that also is an example of how environment could be harmed through my actions. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Adya. Drishti?
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So I think regarding the first question, I'm aware of many rights that are provided and the duties provided in the Constitution. As regarding the second duty, I think there is a constitutional duty on the parents to provide education, primary education to their children. Now, as we can see, the children in street situation, the child beggars, this issue has been rising. So I think this constitutional duty, perhaps not on my end, but on the end of the society as a whole, this duty is somewhere being violated. And out of, on the scale of 10, I think I can rate myself 5 or 6. Thank you.
Okay. Also, once again, whenever you are sharing on the second question, do share with your own personal life, if possible. Okay? Not from what we see around in the society. Mihir?
So firstly, like I didn't know this duty, like it was in the back of my mind, but I didn't know that they were actually on the paper. About the second question, one duty that I feel violated is the 8th one, which is to develop the spirit of inquiry and reform, which I feel that I have not yet developed that. And on a
Okay.
scale of 1 to 10, I would rate myself as a 6 or 7.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Mihir. Anyone else who wants to share? जिन्होंने अभी तक शेयर नहीं किया है? Yes.
So personally, I think the 6th one, which is about preserving our heritage and culture, I really feel like as a kid, I didn't put that much effort into learning more about traditions and culture and, wearing traditional clothes or learning about the history of India. And I really regret that growing up. So I think that's something I'm really working on. So that's something I think I violated as a fundamental duty. And as for the rating, I'd say maybe 5 on 10.
Okay. Thank you. Anyone else who wishes to
Yes,
share?
I would
Muskan?
like to share.
Sorry. पहले मुस्कान and then कुंदन आप share कर सकते हो. ठीक है? मुस्कान, please share.
I was aware of the fundamental rights and the duties I have. And one fundamental duty is, of course, the environment that everybody talked about. And the other one was back then when where we used to have plastic flags being distributed on Independence Day. So they used to, like, people used to throw them around, and I somewhat had this in mind. Like, I have this in mind now, but back then I did not realize that when I was young that the national flag needs to be respected and it should not lie here and there on the floor, on the ground. And as an active citizen, since I've got associated with Praja as a fellow, I've become more active. So I would give myself a 7.
Okay. Nice. Kundan?
Yes, I think I held myself guilty of not protecting the environment. See, actually, when I used to travel earlier, I just used to throw garbage in the dump, saying what difference it will make. But now this notion has changed, and I think it will make a difference. And one quick fact I want to make that in the present world, Japan is the only country which have a list of fundamental duties in their constitution. Thank you.
Okay. मुस्कान, आपको कुछ शेयर करना था? नहीं.
No, it
Okay.
was, yeah.
अच्छा. I would like to share, especially on the second thing. I think जब मैं अभी before session I was also reflecting. I think one of the things which I used to do before, especially in my college days, was in Mumbai there is, like, for public transport you take local trains. So at times you used to not take a ticket. And if you see with our fundamental duties, I think the first one where you have to adhere to the institution, that was one of them which I was violating while not taking tickets. So I now make sure that I don't violate that fundamental duty. Okay. Anyone else? Last, maybe a couple of sharings. I see one sharing on chat, which is good. But others, जिन्होंने अभी तक एक भी बार नहीं बोला, if they can also share.
Elvin, are you sharing? You're unmuted.
Yeah. Alvin, you wanna share? ठीक है.
We can't hear you. Alvin,
Sorry.
if you're speaking.
Alvin and Arpana also. So maybe in the meantime, Arpana, you wanna go ahead?
Yeah.
Arpana, just unmute and you can share on voice.
I think she's not able to unmute or.
Okay.
Alvin, you want to go?
I think he is on mute, he or she. Anyone else? Maybe Rajvi, Pooja, the ones who have not shared till now. Bhaskar. एक बार आप थोड़ा 1-2 लाइन भी शेयर करें. Just making sure that everyone shares once. Follow noble ideas. I rate myself 8. अच्छा.
Okay, Alvin, no problem.
ठीक है.
I think
we can.
most of them have shared. Yeah.
Yes.
Is there any?
Hello.
Yes.
Sorry.
I hope I'm audible right now.
Yes, you are.
I'm so sorry. Like, probably it was my connection problem or anything.
No problem.
Apologies for that. So I would like to say that I feel like many of the times as a teenager and all, most of the times due to unaware of the fundamental rights, we violate it. like most of the time. Sometimes, not everyone probably coming to me personally. Like there have been many rights which I was unaware of till now, but now I got to know few so much. So probably one of the things that I would like to share is Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, or like even I feel like that is a fundamental duty to keep our surroundings clean. And it is like being brutally honest, even yesterday also I was throwing some chips packet cover in my classroom itself. So I sometimes it happens, like I feel lazy and all, but I feel after this session and everything, like I keep motivating myself. I would like through Praja and everything all the time, when I get reminded of myself that these fundamental rights are important, not for only for me, but I should think about the people around me and probably for a better future. So thank you for the opportunity.
Okay. Thank you, Aparna, for sharing that. And that's exactly what we are gonna go move ahead and do that. So that was a good segue for the session. So I'm not sure if people will. Okay, I think I'll have to share my screen. एक minute. So just building upon जो अभी हमने share किया, what is that one action that you would take, right? So we just don't want that हमने इतनी सब बातें की and at the end of it we just go back and start our lives the way it was. But also, what are anything tangible action that you would like to take as part of your fundamental duty going ahead after this session? Maybe hearing others, maybe hearing yours. For example, the way Aparna shared right now that she would avoid throwing garbage in and around. So any of the fundamental duty that you would want to share with us that you would want to take ahead and like take an oath of in a way post the session, you all can write it on the chat box, or again you all can share it in the share it on voice as well. Yes, Muskan. And we'll keep it a bit quick also. Okay? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's aspiring for excellence. In those terms, I would never settle. I would never become complacent for the state of our country. And I'll keep aspiring to make it more democratic, make it and to make it more worth living, as in all the in forms of political values, equality, liberty, justice, and I'll not settle for the status quo.
Okay, that was a lot of them. I hope you are able to kind of stick to them. But thanks for sharing. Nasreen has shared on the chat as well. Anyone else? ये एक एक्शन क्या करना है? हम लोगों ने बातें बहुत कर ली. So maybe like any takeaway action that you want to do once you go back. Of course, I know my fundamental rights and I used to refrain myself from violating duties. Okay. Thanks, Bhaskar, for sharing. एक दो actions if others can share about what they are planning to go back and do. Here you want to expand a bit on how would you want to do the spirit of inquiry and reform?
Actually, in our college, near our college, we have a bit of a dumping ground. So like eventually when Praja Foundation, I entered the Praja Foundation, I'm like till semifinals, and after attending the knowledge sessions, like it has made me realize that I need to do a RTI on it. So I will be filing an RTI soon, so the problem can be solved.
Okay, nice. That's amazing to hear. Sorry, I'm not able to. I don't know how to.
Yes, Thoraya.
Thoraya. Okay.
Thoraya.
Yes, sorry, I was traveling that time, so I couldn't unmute. So now one thing that I would do is to develop the spirit of inquiry by seeking more knowledge and developing a critical analysis, developing a critical thinking of whatever is happening around us, because I think on that it depends, that is an important part of being an active citizen.
Okay, thank you, Thoraya. Amit, huh?
Sir, I will think as a part of education system, so I will try to promote the scientific temperament. That is also mentioned.
जी बिल्कुल. Scientific temperament, a lot of rational inquiry and temperament was shared,
Yes,
which
sir.
is
Yes, sir.
amazing. A couple of last sharings, few last sharings किसी को अगर share करना है तो.
So
Aparna.
I'd like to say,
Okay, Kundan. Kundan, go ahead, then Aparna can share.
um, I would try to sensitize the people, especially in rural areas, so that the 11th fundamental duty provide education of the duty of parents can be fulfilled. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
first I would like to say my name is Arpana. It's not
Arpana.
Aparna.
Oh.
Please don't mind me say that. But
No, very sorry about that.
no, it's okay. Like I got used to it though, anyways. So I would like to say that, like, as I've mentioned earlier, like Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and all, I would make sure from now that I would remember what all mistakes I've been doing, not just forgetting it for the moment. And I'll make sure that I get I stay up to date with the fundamental rules and regulations that keep on updating, like not to forget things and just keep updating myself, and to not encourage and I would encourage my friends to do the same, even though they have not taken part in this competition. But whatever I've learned as a good friend, I would just let them know more, and hopefully they will also help me in it to make a better environmental situations and all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think we can maybe go ahead towards the closing and the end of the session. What we are gonna do is, I'll be sharing a Menti link. और आप वो Menti link पे जा सकते हो. And you can give responses. There are a couple of questions so that we'll keep it more interactive and others जो लोग ने अभी तक share नहीं किया वो share कर पाएंगे. So just give me a moment. I'm just sharing the link with y'all. So in the chat box, you will see one link on the Menti. तो आप उस पे जा सकते हो and just share about what is your takeaway from today's session. Is everyone able to see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
ठीक है. So one takeaway from today's session, you can go to the menti.com and use the code that you see, or go to the link that I have shared. Either of it.
So the code is at the top 53987304.
अगर आप नहीं लिख पा रहे हो तो आप चैट बॉक्स में भी लिख सकते हो. ठीक है. This is just so that everyone can see it on one screen together. आज के सेशन से आप क्या सीख के जा रहे हो? Okay, constitutional values and one duty I have infringed, reconnected with the duty of preserving the cultural heritage. Nice. Being more aware about the rights and duties. We'll wait at least we get 15 to 18 responses, ठीक है? So that हम लोग एक takeaway सब साथ में पढ़ के और सीख के जाए. A duty towards the nation that doesn't have to involve any Herculean tasks, but something basic as taking a ticket contributes. Yes, definitely, whoever has shared that. And it has made us more aware about the opportunities that have been given by our forefathers and the generations before that. Better understanding of preamble. अब हमारे rights and duties के बारे में काफी समझा. Today's session we have learned about the 11 duties. Okay. Knowing about the preamble, it made me recollect the time we used to say the preamble of our country. स्कूल में हम जरूर करते थे. That those were good times, and I would like to share that from today's. I'm not sure if that is complete, but if anyone wants to expand on that by unmuting themselves, वो भी कर सकते हैं. Oh, sorry, I had to scroll down. I'd like to share that from today's session, we are more close to the constitution and believe that not to violate the duties. Others, there are 36 of us, so at least 15 to 20 people can share on the chat on the Menti. I deepened my understanding of fundamental rights, gained profound comprehension of the preamble. Please, जिनको preamble और समझना है, reach out. Maybe Praja can also help you with that. It's a beautiful and interesting document just to know even the process of it. There are various online enough materials available, so definitely do check them out. It's not just upholding the constitution, but also in the spirit of becoming a better and active citizen. For sure, the struggle behind the constitution, yeah. And as a youth, we must acknowledge our duties and act like an active citizen. That's true, because at the end, it's us who is going to shape the country. We do crib a lot about what we have been given upon with climate and all, but abhi hamare haath mein hi hai. So hopefully it helps us to kind of reconnect with that and take more ownership. The intent also was that how do we reconnect jo aapne share kiya hai, and hence we act more from a space of ownership rather than expecting someone else to do things for us, right? A role of active citizenship is also one is ठीक है, आप accountable ठहराओ for people who are in power, but at the same time also making sure what are your duties, the things that are expected from you, आप वो भी अच्छे से कर रहे हो या नहीं. So I hope that at least people were able to connect with that. So glad for it and learned about a lot from this session and about the vision and about the constitution. Cool. So a lot of fundamental rights, duties, knowing about it and reconnecting with it. So I hope the session was informative for y'all और आपको मजा भी आया ये करके. हमें भी काफी सीखने मिला और काफी views जानने मिले. So thank you, Praja, again, once again for the opportunity for inviting us. And I hope all of y'all who have moved on to the next stage of Prajatantra अच्छे से करोगे. And kind of y'all are able to reach to the final finale of it as well. और आप बहुत कुछ सीख रहे हो तो वो भी I hope all the best for all of you. Pankti, you want to share anything?
No, all the best, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you for interacting. Yeah, over to you, Pratisha.
So, yeah, first of all, thank you so much, Pankti and Akash. I think this was the most interactive knowledge session ever, and I have really heard all the participants for the first time. Like, we have had so much interaction actually. I was sort of reserving some of my observations towards the end, like how I liked how people have shared, how they were feeling in the beginning, in the end as well. And hopefully they have learned a lot and it would help you all in the future for this event and also as citizens, right? Also about the duties, like we were, reflecting, because we don't reflect so much on what the constitution is, like, as citizens, what are our rights, what are our duties. But in terms of scientific temper, I think Amit was sharing about it. And I just remembered, like, in Mumbai, Ganesh Chaturthi is celebrated very widely throughout the city. And one of the most important things that I saw this time was, like, almost every part of Mumbai had like a pandal which had like Chandrayaan decoration, and it just helps people to think, citizens to think. And when the launch actually happened and I was walking back home from the railway station, I could hear people just talking on the phone ki, we have reached the moon, etc. So these are things which do help citizens think, oh, how did that happen? And, in sort of build scientific temper. And you also as individuals can do that with your own community of group of friends, and your peer circle, etc. So all the best. I hope this session helped you, especially for quiz participants as well. And hoping to see you all use all of what you have learned in all the knowledge sessions in the grand finale. And all the best, everyone. Thank you so much, Akash and Pankti, again.
Thank you.
So
Thank you, Pratiksha. Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone.
Thank you
else.
for inviting us.
yes, all our pleasure, Pankti.
Okay, see you all around.
See you.
Tata,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.